Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Cassie. This is my first solo live stream, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm reporting to you live and in person from a little house in the woods in South Carolina. How is everybody doing today? Good morning. Sorry, Larry's he's in the background checking things out. Like I said, I am very nervous today, and usually I have my safety net, whether it be Larry or I've been in the live with Sean or somebody else. But hi, thanks for showing up, everybody. This is really cool. Larry and I, we've discussed this for some time. Me doing conversations with Cassie or coffee with Cassie or something like that. And now is the time. So hello. Where is everybody from today? Let's see. Good morning. Hello. I see Tirza and Carnivore Crusader, Miss Marnie Mack, Mama Bear Lynette. We have Michelle and Steve. Good morning. Susan and oh, look, Carnivore Quest. Larry, he's in the house. What's up? Oh, very cool. Very cool. Hello. Yeah, I've got some really cool. Hi, Miss Beth. I have some really cool things to discuss with y'all. We're going to talk all things carnivore and coffee, non-scale victories, and just all the good stuff today. So I don't have a, a, a I don't have a layout or anything like that. There's no template, so we're just kind of winging it today. And so y'all bear with me, and just we'll do this together. We're gonna get through this together. And yeah, this is really cool. So yeah, let's see, where are we all coming from today? Let me see. North Carolina, that's a neighbor. Hello, Charleston. Miss Jenny Adams. Hello, Jenny. I am so glad you made it to the party from Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore today, Mama. Deborah, hello, Greenville, North Carolina. Hello, Utah. Thank you, Darcy. Good morning, Dap. I should be wearing my glasses, right? Let's see. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, Aiken, South Carolina. We got South Carolina in the house. Thank you, my South Carolina people. I put out a short, or a reel rather, on Instagram yesterday. So if you're on there, just check it out. It's showing me and some of the ladies of the upstate. We went for a nice little walk, and I just kind of documented some of it, and that was really cool. We're going to meet again this week. So if any of my upstate South Carolinian ladies are in the house, we will meet on Thursday. I'll go ahead and put a post in women's group, and anybody else who is unaware, ladies, we're just doing the ladies, sorry guys. When I get Larry involved with that, we'll do people of the upstate walk, but this is just the ladies right now. So if there's anybody else here, feel free to join the women's group if you're already not. I will tag everybody, and we meet on Thursday. So, and it will be different locations, although I think we're gonna meet in TR again. And so yeah, there's that. Hello, Ann and Damber, Miss Tyson. Oh my goodness, there's so many cool people in here. I love y'all. Thanks for showing up. Wow, awesome stuff. Okay, so I did not exercise today. I hope everybody is, not to say that I won't, it's still a little early, and I didn't want to be sweaty and gross because I sweat for like an hour. Seriously, it's insane. An hour after any workout. But how's the walking going? Are we leveling up and maybe moving extra steps or another mile? Are you adding some type of exercise? For me, it's been DDP yoga. And let me tell you something, that'll kick your butt. That is a tough 23 minutes, and it's an awesome 23 minutes. I absolutely love it. I do. So I'm going to keep that going. And I said I was going to do it twice a week, but I enjoyed it so much. I think I'm just going to do maybe 3, 4. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to go with how I feel. I've been trying to avoid outside because I could go swimming. The humidity is ridiculous, right, South Carolinians? It is absolutely insane. So, yeah, we're we're just going to do what we can do, but definitely keep moving. If that means you're marching in place at home, or if you have a Wii, you know, they've got some really cool programs. Or if you have a DVD set that's been collecting dust, like we did with the DDP yoga, 15 years that collected dust. And it was time. It was time to break it out and start moving. So anyway, enough about me. I would really, really like to talk about, well, let's talk about some coffee first and foremost. Cheers, everybody. So we got butter, element, and I do have a splash of half and half in here just because it's Sunday and I want it. So what are y'all drinking today? Let's see. Oh, Fiddle and Sticks, asking more about DDP yoga. DDP yoga was created from a former WWE wrestler. They are wrestlers. I'm not saying. We know that it's a show, but, you know, there's some physicality to it for sure. These guys beat their bodies up and, you know, they become injured. So Diamond Dallas Page, if you're not familiar with that name, he created this program. And it's just a take on yoga using dynamic resistance and whatnot. And so there's if you YouTube Arthur's story, that's really what sparked our interest 15 years ago. And this man is absolutely amazing. And he is in some of the workout videos. And it's just awesome to see this man who is basically using a walker and an arm. I'm not exactly sure what you call them, like arm legs or similar to crutches. He was using that, and now he's amazing, and he's thriving, and he's doing great. And DDP yoga, it's really starting to explode. So it is low impact, but it is highly impactful. So you're not going to kill yourself. You're not going to. The only problem is maybe your wrists, because you're down on the floor, and you know that's the worst part about it, I guess. But and actually doing it. Getting up to do it, right? I mean, I think that can be the most difficult part. But once you get going, it's like almost like nuclear energy, if you will. You get going and you just don't want to stop. You want to keep going. So, and I think that's pretty awesome. But I do have a little something. This is cool. Mr. Hector, thank you. So Hector says, already did a 3-mile walk. Really wanted to push myself. My non-scale victory this week was walking without stopping. Much love from Plant City, Florida. All right, Hector, that is awesome. Congratulations on 3 miles. That is no joke. I did it the other day for the first time in 95-degree temperatures with the humidity, and I about died. So kudos to you. That is amazing. That's amazing. And speaking of Florida, I will be in Florida next month. I'm taking a little vacation. I've never been to Florida. And my daughter, Holly, asked me, well, she called me up and she says, Mom, I have a deal of a lifetime for you. I'm like, okay, where is this leading? Let's explore this. And she says, well, how about if we go to Florida? She knows I've always wanted to go. And so her and my son-in-law, Josh, they are taking me to Florida. So it's going to be really cool. We're going to be in the Miami area. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. So yes, Angie. Hello, Miss Angie. Yeah, we'll be in Miami. Never been. It's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing all the neon lights. And I'm hoping that I'm going to see Crockett and Tubbs from Miami Vice. Who remembers that show? Oh man, that's great. That's great. But I've got some amazing news this week. So for those of you who don't know who made her return, Miss Bella, Beautiful Bella, Steak and Butter Gal, she's back. And it's so good to see her. So many of us were worried about her and her family and just we really didn't know what was going on. And the good news is she's back. Unfortunately, she had to leave for her dad. He has pancreatic cancer. I'm not exactly sure what his prognosis is, but my heart and prayers definitely go out to them, and I hope that he can recover very quickly. But Yeah, also, oh, we're celebrating a couple of anniversaries. So James and Emily from Ready Set Keto, they just had an anniversary yesterday, and they, I believe it's Sean and Beth White. They just celebrated 21 years of marriage, Thursday perhaps. But so yeah, that's pretty cool, and congratulations on making it to decades long of marriage without killing yourselves or killing each other, going through divorce or killing anybody else for that matter. But congratulations, you guys. Anybody who can survive a marriage over, the course of a few years, you got it. You got it. So congratulations, y'all. Carnivore Crusader, we celebrated 21 years in April. Congratulations. That is awesome. Yeah, Larry and I, we have a anniversary coming up. It's actually a pretty big one. So we hit 20 years. We've been together 21 in September. So September 14th, and which is actually the same day that the Star Spangled Banner was written by Francis Scott Key. How did he know that we were going to be married on the day that he wrote that? He wrote that song just for us. I'm kidding. So anyway, let's see. I'm going to get into some comments here. First off, cheers to my coffee club. We've had a lot of questions regarding merchandise. And Larry and I, we've discussed it. And we're going to make it happen. It's not a priority, but I would like to get some more Carnivore Quest mugs, and I think maybe some stickers for the refrigerator. No sugar, no carbs, no cheating. Are you really hungry? Not stickers, magnets. So yeah, and some T-shirts. I'd like to have a Carnivore Quest T-shirt. Somebody had mentioned, I'd like one that says "Manja, Manja." I said, that's a good idea. Yeah, I think we could do that. Won't put my face on there or anything, but all right, let's see. Okay. Tirza, molto bella, beautiful Italian mama. 20 years with my hubs, 18 years married this past June. Congratulations. Congratulations, y'all. Whoa, Paulette, 47 years. You lady, you are a warrior. Congratulations. Congratulations. There's Miss Connie Knight. Hello, Connie. Slender Man and I, 35 years. I love this lady. Connie was with us on the Ladies Walk last week, or the week before, because Sunday it's a new week. And she's just an amazing lady. So I am really looking forward to meeting up again. We had 5 ladies from group join us, and that was amazing. I was just hoping for one. I didn't want to be the only one showing up with my stepmom, and but all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm like, this is awesome. So it was amazing having conversation with these ladies. We went and had some coffee afterwards, and it was lovely. It was lovely, and we're going to do it again this Thursday. So Connie, if you're free, let's do it. Let us do it. All right, let's see. Miss Susan Boykin, what you got to say? All right. You know what? I think you might be right. We do need a Rosie. Rosie the carnivore. Oh, I'll tell you what. So Rosie, let me tell you the story about Rosie. My daughter had 2 kittens, and she was unable to have them fixed in time. And, well, Mama got pregnant, and they had 5 little kittens. So I did not want a cat or another one. I love cats, but I did not want another one, cleaning up litter box and all that, and especially a kitten. But the story, she had another one picked out for me, and he's really sweet. She's like, oh, he's sweet, Mom. I just love him. Well, I went to go see the kittens after they were a little older. Their eyes were open and they were active. And I was in their closet because they had their own little box and bed and whatnot. And I reached my hand out to pet Rosie, and she hissed at me. Holly said, I've never seen her hiss. I've never seen any of them hiss before. So it was love at first hiss with this little girl. And we took her home and loved her. She is carnivore, and this is a healthy little girl. I saw her brothers about a week ago who aren't exactly carnivore, but Miss Rosie, she's a healthy girl. So yeah, I think she could become our new mascot, She's a trip. I love her, and she's so much fun. She is so much fun. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we got going on. Jenny Adams. Jenny, Mama, I know I've said this to you in the comments, but you are an amazing light in the carnivore space. So many of you are. It is awesome. It is just awesome. And just to see the uplifting, you know, Jenny, you are always the first one to respond to other comments on our comment section on our videos, and it's just awesome. I love to see you in there, and I'll see somebody who said they're struggling or they're giving us an update on a victory, and I'll see a reply, and I know 9 out of 10 times it's going to be you, Jenny. I'll just click on that and I'll see, of course, I'm right, Miss Jenny. So if y'all don't know Miss Jenny, just know that she is awesome and she's super encouraging, and I just love her. And I love y'all. This is really cool. I think I've said that a handful of times. Okay, Adam. Hello, Mr. Adam. Adam has to say, 10-month carnivore lion from Rockford, Illinois. Okay, hello, Rockford. Down 122 pounds as of this morning. Congratulations. 20 years of back pain gone, depression gone. To anyone just getting started, no sugar, no carbs, no cheating. Let's go. Awesome, Adam. Oh, that is amazing. 122 pounds. That's awesome. That's a person. That is a whole person, or a handful of toddlers. Or my gosh, that's amazing, dude. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. If you didn't know, we actually lived near Rockford, Illinois. We were in Poplar Grove for about 8 years. And then we moved back to the region. For those of you who don't know, there may be some people in here who are from the region, which is Northwest Indiana, border Chicago. And yeah, so we lived there for a while, and I absolutely love that area. Rockford, Illinois, and that whole area, it's beautiful. And into Wisconsin. Wisconsin's okay. Well, the northern part of Wisconsin's really cool, but it's cold up there. Oh, okay. That Fiddle and Sticks, I have someone who can make the merchandise for you. That's great, because I don't want to go with a large corporation. You know, I would much rather help out people who are, you know, they're their own business, and they fought really hard to make this business work. So yes, please get in contact with us. Our email should be in the link below. It's carnivore.quest@gmail.com. And I would definitely love to talk with your friends. Support local business. I think we just support too many corporations, and yeah, that's not always good. They're taking over the world. We saw that with COVID, right? They shut down all the mom and pop shop, and so many businesses went down. So many. Okay, let's share. Wisconsin has Green Bay. You're right, Amber. Good morning, by the way. We did visit Green Bay, and we went to one of my favorite places visiting is about an hour north. It's its own island. It's off the peninsula. It is Washington Island. Larry and I went there, and it was absolutely amazing. I love it up there. And if you get there during the right time of year and with the right weather conditions, it's amazing. It was awesome. We had practically the whole island to ourselves. So, Keto Simple. We are in Indianapolis, Indiana. Good old Indiana. There's more than corn in Indiana. Y'all know that, right? Does anybody know where that little catchphrase is from? Keto Simple would. Absolutely. Okay, there are a lot of comments here, y'all, and I am going to get to them. I would love to hear about some non-scale victories, because these are my meticulous note-taking. I don't keep track. For criminy sakes, I just downloaded a Map My Walk app. You know, I've been doing keto and low carb for over 8 years, with the exception of the carb manager. I needed that during keto. But I don't keep track. And if it weren't for the videos, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what my weight was a year ago, but this. So these are my measurements. And so I started taking them March of this year. So it was early March. And in total, I'm not going to go over all of it, but I've lost like 12 inches since March. Now the scale does not reflect that. That's why, you know, it's so important just not to always focus on the scale. Although, who doesn't like to see that they've dropped 6, 8 pounds or whatever within a month? I mean, that's amazing. I mean, all too often we're measuring our success by weight. And no, not the scale. The scale is not the be all end all when it comes to numbers. You have other numbers that you can celebrate, like awesome lab work, remission of disease. Hey, you got a new, you could put your belt on with that one more belt loop. You tighten it up one more notch. And different clothes, different size clothes. You know, this shirt, this also goes to show, don't be too discouraged when it comes to clothing, because as we all know, I could easily wear a size 22 depending on the maker, or I could wear a size 12. I mean, it's just that big. This shirt right here is a medium, and I'm starting to easily slide into the mediums, but I also have a pair of overalls. Now, they're made in a foreign country, so their standard of what small and extra large is just totally different. It's a 4X. Mind you, it's big, but it's a 4X. I'm thinking, no, this should have been an extra large, but I tried it on. It was awesome. And I love it. I have so many clothes that I've been picking up from Goodwill that are just smaller sizes. And let me tell you something. It's awesome. It is an awesome feeling when you can go and buy new clothes. I'm even wearing white. Okay. Anybody who's anybody who's bigger, like most of us, or we've been there and done that, you know how uncomfortable wearing white is, other than to keep the sun from beating down on you too hard. So I've been wearing a lot of white lately, and that is awesome. I'm digging it. Indiana Beach. Absolutely one of my favorite places growing up as a kid. And it's funny, I almost stopped. I was in the area it's been a month now, my goodness. So I was driving through and I almost stopped. The weather was perfect. I was on 65 South on my way back home. But I had already made other plans with myself to visit a Civil War battlefield. And I knew that I just did not have time. I didn't want to make it a 2-day trip. But I almost went to Indiana Beach. I thought, I'll pay the $30 just to walk the boardwalk. And I thought, nah, it's not as much fun if you're not sharing that experience with somebody. But yeah, Indiana Beach, another one. Indiana Beach. Yes, I love it. I love it. It was just, has a special place in my heart. Spent many, many summers there. Okay, non-scale victories. Let's have them. Went from a size 16 to a size 4. And you can wear your wedding ring again. Wear your wedding ring again. Attempted in July last year and no longer have depression and down 30 inches overall. Congratulations to you. That is amazing. Yeah, depression. That's a big one. You know, I don't even know how many times that people have said, I'm no longer depressed. I feel much better. I have a positive outlook. So I think to begin with, that's the first one that people really start to notice. They're like, oh, I'm not bummed out like I used to be. And I'm in a little bit of a better mood, probably because you're not aching so much. You don't feel like you're going to pop like a tick. I felt like that so many times. The last time before we really got serious and decided to do carnivore, I had got up to 285 pounds. My highest weight was 295. And I was 9 months pregnant with a 9-pound baby boy, if that says anything to you. So really, 285, if you think about it, that is my heaviest. I was waddling and I couldn't move very well. I couldn't clean myself very well. Like most of us can understand, you know, you have over 100 pounds to lose. It's quite difficult just to do your basic living activities, your basic tasks in life. But yes, depression is awesome. So congratulations to you. 30 inches, that's amazing. That is awesome. All right, let's see what we've got going on. Miss Kelly. Hello, Kelly Kennedy. Actually, I have my chocolate salt in here. So thank you, madam. We appreciate that. Non-scale victory between being fat and having inflammation in my knee. I can finally tie my own shoes. Oh, congratulations. That's a big one, Callie. I mean, because most of us know that if we can't tie our shoes, we're just going to find some slides. And then the next step is tying the shoes where at least for me, it was always on the inside, the shoestring. So they were never straight. So little steps, mama, and just keep going. Pretty soon, it's not even going to be an afterthought. You're not even going to need to use anything to hold on to get dressed. Like me, I used to have to hold on to the dresser to put on my pant legs. I can't do, I couldn't do that. I can now. So step by step by step, it's not going to happen overnight, and you're going to get better every day. Every day, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. All right, Miss Cynthia, what you got? Miss Cynthia says, non-scale victory, July 12th is 1 year anniversary for keto. I didn't think I would make it this long and still going strong. Plus lots less knee pain. Yes, that's another one I noticed. The knee pain. I was experiencing the same thing when I got back up to my 270s and 280s. Actually, after I think it was like 2 years ago when I slipped and my knees hurt. And I thought, geez Louise, am I going to have to get surgery for this? Am I going to need cortisone shots or something like that? I was taking a lot of ibuprofen, but I did recognize that a couple weeks ago. It's like, hey, my knees don't hurt anymore. I mean, it took a year, but I was in some pretty bad pain. I was on my feet all day, and the knees, I thought, boy, this isn't going to be good. This is not going to end well. But congratulations to you. No more knee pain. Congratulations on the 1 year. That is awesome. My next question for you, do you plan to maybe dip your toes into carnivore and see how that works out for you? I mean, keto, Larry and I did keto. We started with Atkins, and then we went on to keto, and then Ketovore, and then eventually ended up landing on carnivore because, well, I'm kind of a food addict, and I would very easily let not clean keto food into my life. Artificial sweeteners, aspartame was a big one, and not to mention I was eating desserts because it's keto and it's okay. And it took me 2 years to finally understand, look, this is the way that it is. This is the way it's going to have to be. You have to eat meat. You can't do keto anytime soon. My biggest revelation with that was even on carnivore. There's room for error on carnivore was the oopsie cake from Kelly Hogan. And I made it my own. I just added some extract. And I found that I made it. I wanted to try it out before I put it out on a recipe video. So I made it, and I'm sitting there, old habits. They die hard because I'm digging in, and another bite. I'll put it in the fridge, go back in for another bite. So I'm a grazer. I'm not one person that'll just sit there and eat one meal and I'm done. I am a grazer. So I found that I can't do that. That's not good. So keto is a no-no for me right now. I would really like to maybe get back to a ketovore eventually, but no time soon. I'm feeling so good. It's like, why change it? If it's not broke, don't fix it. But anyway, going off on a rant. All right, let's see what Miss Jody has to say. Hello, Jody. How are you? Jody says, I am a stroke survivor. My non-scale victory is rededication to my physical and occupational therapy. I was becoming stagnant until this challenge. Thank you for all you do. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you, because I say this all the time and I mean it. The support goes full circle. I think that's one thing that people don't take into account is how important support is. Now, that's something that we learned. We thought, well, if we support each other, that'll be most helpful. But really, even just the support of each other, it didn't work out. So it took literally the whole community for us to get moving, for us. And when I mean us, I mean all of us. It took all of the community for all of us to be where we're at. So you guys inspire us. just as much as we inspire you. The only difference is I've got a camera in front of my face. That's it. Your words, you have no idea the amount of impact that your words have on us and others in this space. It's pretty awesome. It really is. It's liberating and freeing, and I love it when the light bulb goes off and you have an aha moment. Aha. Oh, okay, well, this works. So I put out a picture and people responded to it, and I got a lot of great advice. So there was one person in particular. He is in our Facebook group, but he's been a subscriber almost for as long as we've had a channel. And this man would comment on our videos, and almost every other comment, day one, I slipped again. You know, this is not working out well. And he's a big guy, and it hurt my heart. I'm like, come on, you got this. I know you can do it. I know you can. So I recently got back in touch with him again, and he's having a pretty good run right now. I told him, post some pictures in our group, get some accountability. You know, just start posting pictures and start talking about, and he is. So far, last I knew, he's been going pretty strong for about a week and a half. So kudos to you, Doug. I don't know if you're on here. But Kimmy, non-scale victory. Now I don't need to rely on pain meds after a hike. I'm tired sometimes and sore, but I recover pretty quickly. Yeah, I hear you about being fatigued, a little bit tired after a hard workout. It hits you differently after you reach a certain age, I think. You know. But good for you. Good for you, Miss Kimmy. You've been a long time subscriber too. You've been with us for quite a minute. It's always good to see you. No more fluid retention, especially in the feet. That's right, Sheila. That is correct. I mean, no swelling of inflammation, just one of so many victories, so many non-scale victories. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the scale. Take all those little things and you wrap it in it. It's going to outweigh their impact. Its impact is going to outweigh what the scale will have to say. So we have today Miss Sheila. Sheila, you've been with us for a while too. No more gastric reflux all the time. That is awesome. I know how miserable that can be. My little brother experiences that. And when I was back home visiting, he and I talked about him changing his diet. Now, he works out, and he's a relatively fit guy. He looks pretty good. He was in the Army, so he does have that discipline. But he eats ate, I'm hoping. I haven't spoke to him in a few days, but he eats like garbage, processed foods. And, you know, you go to Dunkin' Donuts and get all that corn syrup, chemical-laden coffee drink that's just garbage, and drinking his Monsters and all that. I hope y'all aren't drinking any of those energy drinks. They're so bad for you. But, yeah, sorry. Sometimes I get caught in the comments too. I just need to focus on one thing. But, yeah, so one of his issues is gastric reflux, or he's having some serious digestional issues. So I'm hoping that this is working out for him. I'm going to give him a call after, see how he's doing. Hello, Miss Jean. Is it Jean or Jeannie? Cassie, the volume seems low. Maybe you need to speak closer to this microphone. You know what? Larry wanted the microphone right up to my face. I'm like, no, I don't want it up there. So I hope that's a little bit better. All right, let's see. Thank you for that, for your feedback. Okay, Lynn. Lynn says, I am able to stand from sitting while holding grandson. All right, I don't want to do this. I was not able to get up without using hands before. Down 63 pounds on carnivore. Congratulations to you. That is awesome. That's awesome, Lynn. And I wonder, how long have you kept it off? I think that's just as important. The fact that so many of us, especially this last holiday season, right? I mean, how many of us would fall during the holidays? At least one holiday. I mean, I might be strong for Thanksgiving, and come Christmas I fall, or be strong for Thanksgiving. By the time New Year's rolls around, okay, it's time to celebrate. This was the first year that there was no slide. Now, I didn't make major improvements because I allowed the oopsie cake and the cloud bread and all the other things with garlic and things like that I probably shouldn't be eating on a regular basis. But you know what? It got me through the holidays. And I didn't go backwards. In fact, we just kept going forward. So congratulations to you. And let's just keep going. Let's keep going. This diet is absolutely amazing. All right. I got a region rat in the house. Hello, Mama. Non-scale victory. I can get up off the floor without climbing furniture, and my wedding ring fits. Also, I have lots of room between steering wheel and my belly now, down 75 pounds as of this morning. Woohoo! Congratulations, Mama. That is amazing. That's amazing. 75 pounds. That's awesome. You know, one thing that coffee with Jack. Bye, Jack. It's nice seeing you. I don't know what else you were trying to say, but I know there was a comment up there. I can't keep up with all of these. I'm so sorry, y'all. So sorry. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back a little bit because I have missed some really, really great comments. There's a smile. Okay. Coffee with Jack. Hello. I did not ignore you. I'm sorry. Again, this is my first solo live, so bear with me. It will get better. And yeah, I'll be better at trying to get to everybody. Let's see. I'm going to go up. Here we go. What does Joyce have to say? I'm struggling. Who can I contact for coaching? Well, my recommendation, since she does have Zoom sessions and she's walked the walk and she's done it, is Miss Kelly Hogan. Lily Kane will probably be my second recommendation, but my first is Kelly Hogan. First off, and I'm not trying to discount anything that Lily's done, but Kelly Hogan birthed 3 children while on carnivore. So she lost the weight, she gave birth, and she has coaching sessions, and she has an amazing following, and she's just a great source for support. So I believe she does Zoom sessions like once a week. I mean, you can get whatever package you would like, but if I'm pretty sure you're in our Facebook group as well. So I mean, can't coach you. I mean, I get it, but what do you need coaching? I mean, is it just that you need a pep talk? Because carnivore is so simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simple. And yes, sometimes you have to adjust. You know, maybe you need a little more protein in your life or a little more fat. It's about making adjustments to what your body needs at the time. And it's difficult to figure that out. You know, you don't always know. A lot of people will say, oh, I've been on carnivore for 4 months and I'm just fatigued. Well, you need to change things up. You know, Joy, are you eating dairy? Because that was a big one for me. And also, are you moving? Because one thing that we've learned is, I never necessarily agreed that it's something that you have to do, but I have changed my mind on that. I think exercise is extremely important. The studies are out there of the importance of it, especially for us women and our bones, you know, because we know that osteoporosis can be a real issue for us down the road. And that is a big thing, exercising just to get your bones, to strengthen your bones and get those good hormones pumping. The only one I know of is endorphins. Get the endorphins going, and then you have a sense of accomplishment too. You know, hey, you did it. But yeah, Joy, come if you're. I'm pretty sure, like I said, you're in our Facebook group. If you're not, come on. I mean, people have their recommendations of what they've tried differently. It's very simple to post a question, and we have the most amazing community, and people are more than willing to help you out. But if you need a little extra push, very long answer to your question is Kelly Hogan. That's my first go-to. So check out Miss Kelly. Okay. Let us see. Okay. There's some other things I'd like to talk on this. Oh, so this was really cool. This really isn't. I don't know if it's anything carnivore related, and I don't even know if it really. No, I think it deserves to be mentioned because this was something really cool. Now, my mom died. Oh, geez, 14 years ago, and well, 24 years ago, she had colon cancer. Oh, so it, I did too. But anyway, colon cancer, she had surgery, chemotherapy, and then she never corrected her diet. My mother was never really a large woman to begin with, but she never corrected her diet. She still smoked cigarettes like a chimney. And 10 years later, she met her demise. And I don't think about her nearly as much as I used to. Time passes. I mean, she's still on my mind, but here's a very strange, not strange, it was an awesome thing. So I'm sitting there going over the live stream and I'm having some doubts. And I'm just kind of talking out loud about what I might say and thinking. And one thought that popped in my head is, you're not worthy of this. Now, I love y'all, and I know you're going to give me words of encouragement. You don't need to. But I do feel that way sometimes, that I'm not worthy of all of you and the channel and the success that we're having. So I was having some self-doubts, and I thought, boy, I don't know if I can do this live stream. I don't have my safety net, and Larry, or anybody else for that matter. It's a little nerve-wracking. So I was just sitting there thinking that, and all of a sudden, I've never felt this before. Never. I felt not her presence, because I don't believe in ghosts, but I felt my mom. And it sent me reeling. It really did, like out of nowhere. It's like she was there. It was like a calming feeling. I don't know how to explain it. It was really cool. So I don't know if that was, as far as I know, the dead can't come back. Okay. So my thinking is that maybe God sent one of his angels and just maybe she needed to hug me or something. It was awesome. Like I said, it left me reeling. I had to walk out of the bathroom. I started crying. It was awesome. So that gave me, that definitely gave me a boost that I needed. So, okay. Anyway, let's move on. I did want to talk about that. That was pretty cool. That was really, really cool, actually. Okay. So let's see what we have coming up this week. As far as I know, we've been talking about this, and I'm hoping it's going to happen. We can make it happen. One thing we'd like to do is have a live stream every Tuesday and make it Tuesday night trivia and have different guests on. I mean, sometimes it'll just be Larry and I, but we'll have different appearances from other people from channels or people from in group or whatnot. And so be on the lookout. There's a 50-50 chance it'll be out there. If not, we'll try again next week. But I'm really going to push for it to be this Tuesday, because that's going to be a lot of fun. Larry, we want our channel to be a little bit different, a little bit more fun. We all have seen the everybody's stories, right? People losing weight. And I know that you all need that. You all need the encouragement. But we just thought that this would be something we can encourage you with laughter and just something a little bit different. Maybe not necessarily just our story, because y'all know it. You know most of it anyway. Okay, so I'm going to pull up this comment from Keto Simple. I'll be at Keto Palooza. I will too, and so will Larry. And I am so looking forward to this event. This is going to be awesome. This is our first event. We've been invited the previous years, and even there was an invitation, not necessarily an invitation, but we had thought about going to the low-carb cruise, going on the low-carb cruise. But Larry's not the biggest fan of very large boats. I don't mind it. I grew up on Lake Michigan. We had a boat, and we were always there. But yeah, so the low carb cruise that's another consideration. But so Keto Palooza will be our first one, and I also see, and I'm really looking forward. I get to meeting so many people. This is really, really cool. There are less than 100 tickets left, so you can still get your tickets. And there is a discount code if you use Carnivore Quest as a discount code, and they'll give you 20 bucks off a ticket. So less than 100 tickets left. It's October 6th, 7th, and 8th. I do know that the Galt Hotel, the rooms are booked up. So, but there are other local hotels, and you can certainly get into there. So I look forward to meeting so many people I know. Joyce is going to be there. There's going to be a lot of hugs given out. Mama Bear, there she is. There she is. I've been meaning to pull up a comment from you, Mama. Mama Bear Lynette, really looking forward to meeting you guys in person at Keto Palooza just a few months. I know. Can you believe that summer is halfway over already? And they're already advertising fall. Hobby Lobby. Oh, come see our fall lineup. Yes. My favorite time of year because I'm over this 95-degree heat. The humidity is absolutely insane. I could go swimming out there. Okay. I'm looking forward to meeting you too, Mama Bear, because you are an amazing source for support. Everywhere. I see you everywhere. You're awesome. You are amazing, and I can't wait to meet you. Kimberly in Connecticut. Carnivore since December, not losing yet, but I feel better. Hypothyroid since 96 on a high dose of meds and just had to reduce. I'm healing, getting hormones back in line from years of yo-yo dieting. Congratulations. That's awesome, Kimberly. This comment is near and dear to my heart because was it about 96? I started getting on thyroid medication as well. I believe I started off at like 37.5 micrograms. And at my highest, I was up to 225 with an occasional 225 on a Saturday once a week. And I honestly believe since going low carb that, and you know, we've been off and on, this is 8 years in the making. We've been off and on, but we're having an awesome run now. But I believe that just implementing low carb has greatly reduced it because now it's down to 125 micrograms. So congratulations. Don't worry about the weight, okay? Obviously, you've been on medication for a long time, almost 30 years. You know, that has to do something. Your thyroid has not been functioning. You're not getting the right amount of hormones and everything that you need for your body to thrive. So just keep going. Keep going. That's a big one. And I look forward to the day where you and I can have a discussion saying, hey, we're off our medications. You know, yay. We'll go out and have a meal or something. I'll drive to meet. I would love that. We'll have a hypothyroid meetup. Oh, let's see. Pardon me. Here's a non-scale victory. Home with Katrina. Miss Katrina says, getting rid of food addiction and having control of myself when eating outside of our home. I felt like I didn't have a choice if I ate processed food. I couldn't help myself. No, we totally understand that. And you know what? This is what I tell everybody. We are in training. We're reprogramming our brain, basically rewiring things, okay, from the way that we used to think. Food was comfort. We'd go to a party, a gathering, whether it's a birthday party or a wedding. And I don't know about any of you, but one of my biggest things was, ooh, what kind of food are they going to have? So most of our lives, right? That's what we looked forward to. Maybe not so much the event, you know, of course the event, that's the reason you're there, but was the food. And yeah, I mean, we had a poker party while my dad and stepmom were in town 2 weeks ago where I served mostly keto food. At least I gave them snacks and then they bought pizza. Well, the pizza's in my home and that's, besides like a cake, pizza is one of my biggest downfalls. But there used to be a time where I couldn't do it. I could not say no. Did not happen. I would always sneak something, whether it be a bite, and oftentimes a bite turns into a landslide, or just the toppings. But you know, it gets easier because you are training and you're reprogramming. And I'm just keep going. You're doing amazing. Yeah, food addiction. It's a real thing, and I don't think some of these doctors, well, not doctors. Hold on, let me just back up. There's some people who have been healthy all of their lives. They just don't get it. They don't get it. And because they see a handful of people who have been successful in one go, well, it should just be that easy for everybody, right? It's not, because unlike any other addiction, and people have discounted food addiction, which is bogus. I think there needs to be more light brought to the subject. But anyway, sorry. I get back into the comments again, and I actually lost the food. Oh, so yeah, I mean, they just don't get it. And I think because a handful of people have gotten by it, that everybody else should be able to. Just like that, because carnivore is a miracle and whatnot. That says a lot about food addiction when you know what it's going to do to you, the potential harm it can cause you in the future, or even breaking a great run that you've had, which I've done so many times, you know, just having great stride and, having great stride, and then you slip and you fall. And for me, you know, I had cancer and I fell. So knowing that I could be feeding it and there could be a return, I still did it. What does that tell people? I mean, the message has to get out that food addiction, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And I think we need to focus a little more on that. Maybe some more attention needs to be brought by the major carnivore influencers. Not just, hey, this is how you lose weight. Hey, let's talk about this because it's real. And let's get this discussion on the table. Not just, hey, if you keep eating garbage food, you're going to get sick. Type 2 diabetes, blah, 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 blah. No, I think the food addiction, I guess I'll just talk about it. Food addiction, it sucks. It really does. But I think, you know, we learn as we go. And in some ways, even though there's community and there's amazing support, we are on our way. We are on our own, kind of. You still have to be accountable to yourself. So let's talk more about that food addiction. You know, whenever you have a chance, let's have a chat about it. So, I'm just going to ask this. Fiddle and Sticks. What is KPL? KPL is Keto Palooza. They have it every year. It's a convention in Louisville, Kentucky. And it's just, I believe Dr. Kent Berry's going to be there. I'm sure some of the other major influencers will be there. I'm not exactly sure the lineup. I haven't looked it up. We'll be there. Just saying hi. We're not speakers or anything like that, but we want to meet. We want to meet y'all. You know, we've been talking with some of you people for years, and I want to hug so many of you because it's amazing. So yes, there are 100 tickets left, Fiddle and Sticks, and if you can make the time, October 6th, 7th, and 8th, I would love to meet you, right along with so many other influencers that are going to be there, and I can't wait to meet them. It's just going to be awesome. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I am really looking forward to it. But yeah, check it out. It's KETO PALOUZA, Keto Palooza. And if you can make it, awesome. Let's do it. Yeah, use our code to get we don't get any money off of it, just so you know. I just wanted to make sure that our subscribers got a discount. So let's see what we've got. Miss Anna. Totally thrilled to be sharing my morning coffee with Cassie. Great way to start off this beautiful Sunday morning. Thank you. Yes, I'm enjoying this. I can almost do this every day. Oh, Con Dragon. Dude, Ryan. Y'all. Now, we're going to give him a new name. It's Carnivore Police. Okay. But he has nothing but the best intentions. He's very strict. He's pretty much lion, if I had to guess. Just meat and salt and water. I don't even think he drinks coffee. So he has one of those willpowers of steel. As you can still see, I am drinking my coffee here. But yeah, he's an awesome guy. He's always encouraging Larry to move a little more. Larry, he's even worse than I am when it comes to exercise, so he needs that encouragement. I told him I'm going to hire him. He's going to be Larry's personal trainer. I'm glad to see you here, Ryan. Fetus's mom. Hello. Miss Fetus gave me a tip, and I'm about 2 weeks into it, because I do have some pretty silly hot flashes. I don't take hormone replacement therapy or anything like that. No, I take nothing. I am postmenopausal, and I don't take anything. So I've been postmenopausal for nearly 7 years, and it was the next day after my surgery, because it was a surgical menopause. So I had a violent shove into menopause. I experienced my first hot flash. I'm like, oh, this is what it was like. And then I kid you not, for about the next 2 years or so, it was every 45 minutes to an hour. And it's cyclical. I mean, there are days or times of the month. It seems like the first of the month, for whatever reason, they ease up. And then toward the end of the month, it's like they ramp up. It's hard to explain. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that, or who is on hormone replacement therapy. I know that really is a big help. But anyway, Miss Fetus gave me a tip and told me to take black cohosh. I could find it at Dollar General, which I did. And it's inexpensive. It's like less than $5. So I'm just taking one a day. I really can't tell you if I've noticed much of an improvement yet. So, but when I do, I'm going to be so excited because I'm over them. I really am. It's awful. Patricia Johnson, hello to you. Good morning. Good Sunday morning, everybody. So everybody, how are the hot flashes? I hope everybody's having a most awesome Sunday morning. First day of the week. Okay, let's see who else we got. Okay. Non-scale victory. Our middle child moved back in the other night. He came home from being out Friday, brought 3 boxes of amazing looking cookies. I didn't eat them. I looked though. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not easy. I'll tell you what though, it does get easier, especially since, you didn't have that in the house and now you do. My gosh. Little Larry will bring in treats and I tell him to keep it in his room. He even has a mini refrigerator. I said, don't put that in our refrigerator and don't put that in my cabinets, So he keeps all of his garbage food, which it breaks my heart that he's not eating the proper human diet. He tried it a handful of times, but he's 19, and I think he's just focusing more on weight. But being that there is a history of colon cancer in my family, now I talked to him about this. I said, I was not tested for Lynch syndrome, but I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say, yeah, maybe I have it because my mother had colon cancer. I have colon cancer, and my brother, he did in fact get tested for Lynch syndrome, and he came up positive. So, and her whole family, the whole side of her family has had, with the exception of one, and the others who had died young, I wouldn't be able to know, but they all had cancer. Lung cancer, skin cancer. My mom had colon cancer, and diabetes is a big thing on her side as well. So I really wish he would just stop eating the garbage. Like, eat your keto. Just stop eating the sugar. My goodness, it hurts me. Anyway, I don't want to be brought down on that. Sarah, just have a minute to peek in. I think you're totally right about the food addiction. Just eat until satiety and... just eat until satisfied does not work for some of us. No, it doesn't. I mean, it's important if you're full, you're less likely to cheat. You know what I mean? That hamburger that, you see in the road, or going to the grocery store, finding an old favorite, it won't look as good. At least this is from my experience, and we're all a little bit different, right? But I don't know. The sugar addiction. Yeah, here's another one. Sugar addiction is real. We just have to, the more times you say no, the easier it will be to say no. So just keep saying no, even though you want to take a bite, even though you want to taste it. Sometimes I use what I like to call taste memory, right? I know exactly what my favorite pizza tastes like. In fact, when I lived outside of Chicago, there was literally a pizza joint on every single corner. And I'm not talking Pizza Hut and Domino's. That isn't even pizza. I don't even know. You can't even consider that food. But there was a great mom and pop's pizza joint every place. And I know what every one of those sauces, to this day, I know what the sauce tastes like. I know what the cheese tastes like. I know the difference in the sausage and their crust. And I use taste memory. I know what it tastes like. It's literally in your, I have to tell myself, it's literally going to be in your mouth for a few minutes. And then that could cause an avalanche. And then you're buried. It's like, doggone, I got to dig myself out again. So it's just like working out. We have to condition ourselves, right? Same with the food addiction. It's about conditioning ourselves. It's not like, this is what I was saying. It's not like a drug, cigarettes. Well, cigarettes are a drug. It's not like any other type of drug. You need food to survive. And these, I like to call it super mega food core bastards. They create food in a lab. It's not good. None of it is good. So I don't know. I'll start getting angry about that. I can go off on a little rant about that, and I don't want to be targeted. But this is kind of funny. Actually, this is like going to be a segue into something I had experienced last night. I was on Facebook and in a Christian group. And for those of you in our Facebook group, or if you've been anywhere, I know you've seen the meme of Willy Wonka talking about vegans and plants and meats. And you know what I'm saying. He's got the flowers in the background. I couldn't quote it right now. But so somebody had posted that. And I said, go carnivore. That was my comment on this feed. And, a couple people liked it and somebody else commented on it. But then there was one person, now they didn't directly comment to me, but they commented on the thread. And immediately starts putting out some study about how red meat causes colon cancer and promoting the Impossible burgers, the plant-based burgers, and then started talking about insurance. And then I commented back and just saying, that stuff's no good, yada, yada, yada. And explained that, look, I had colon cancer 7 years ago and I'm thriving. I'm doing very well. And he then responded something about capitalism and insurance and having to pick up the tab for those with calculated risks with their diets and whatnot and premiums. And then he started talking about the having healthy choices. I'm like, well, that's frankenfood. I said, okay. Anyway, I looked him up because I like to stalk people like that. I want to know who I'm debating anyway. Dude's a political scientist. And he has these views that he and I don't necessarily agree with. But my thinking was, because I think that we're going to start seeing this more and more, some of the trolls, is he a shill? Is it possible? I know these large corporations hire these people to post or make comments on social media just to get people's mind, to sway their mind, especially I think now that carnivore is having quite some success. I mean, it's really starting to get out there. But yeah, so I don't know. I wonder if this guy was a shill. And then I thought, well, if he's a government employee or whatnot, I'm in trouble. He'll come after me. Maybe he's seeking out, people. I don't know. That could be just just me and my crazy thinking. Sometimes I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist and I can wear a tinfoil hat, but I also like to call, that I like to speak truth. And that's my truth. Okay, Miss D. Hello, D. I hope you're having a most amazing Sunday morning. Food addiction is why I can't make carnivore cake, right? I keep slicing small servings until it is gone. I obsess about it in the house. Absolutely. And there was actually a post again in our group about ice cream, carnivore ice cream. Now look, I think it's great that we have alternatives. We really do, because we've always enjoyed food. We turn to comfort. We turn to food for comfort, right? And sometimes, you just want a little treat. Now, if you can leave it at that, great. But Dee, like you and I and many others, especially if you're early on in your journey, I've been doing this for years and I get it. It can't be in the house. No way. It will, could cause a major avalanche or stall you out. And then you'll keep going back for more and more. And that could definitely send some trigger signals. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Dee. I just can't have it. We don't even have cheese. I can't have it. The little bit of dairy that I do have, because I know I said I was going to do BBBE and no cream. One of these days. But I'm definitely working on the amount I consume. And it's definitely half and half with butter and more of the element. And it's not every day. But July 3rd, that was a rough day for us. And then those of you who know, if you know, you know. I'm not going to go into that story at this moment. But, that was kind of a rough day. And I thought, I've been 4 days, because we started June 30th. I've been 4 days without cream. And we used to celebrate having cream, having coffee and conversation with this person. And I just said, I'm going to go get some. So I did. And avalanche, just what we're talking about, I've never had a great run. 9 days was the most I ever went. And that's because I fasted. I don't like coffee black. I can tolerate coffee with butter and element, but that's about it. I don't know. But here I am again, and what is this, July 16th? And I have cream in my coffee, but it is much less than it used to be. So it is, I'm a work in progress, aren't we all? Never stop being a work in progress, because then you really have nothing to strive for. Hello, Peachy Pam. How are you? Good Sunday morning to you. Okay, Miss Amber. Absolutely. Dan. Now I see your beautiful wife and your beautiful son taking walks every day. I know you got some issues, but you got to get moving. At least start with stretching. Just do some stretching for beginners. And eventually, that's going to the snowball effect, right? Just a little bit, and it's going to pick up a little more momentum. And before you know it, you got this huge snowball that will just cover a town, and you'll be on fire. Absolutely. Let's see what else we have. Okay, Grey Wolf. My wife used black cohosh, and it helped her a great deal. Yeah, just so long as I can at least reduce the amount that I have, from, gosh, sometimes they're so bad. If I can just reduce it with this black cohosh, I'll be very happy. And I do plan to implement iodine. Now, I'm a little nervous about this. I've got 2 bottles that I have, and they're unopened, and I've been meaning to take them, but I do know with hypothyroidism, you have to be careful. And everybody says start with 1 or 2 drops, but I've been putting my doctor appointment off to get my lab work done for whatever reason. I don't know. But I need to get my levels checked. And I'm a little concerned about the black cohosh affecting it in a positive way. But I thought, well, what if it is the iodine too? So if it's a double whammy, I really don't know. I guess maybe I'm just nervous because it is an unknown. And I do know that if you use too much or too little, too much, it can be really dangerous. Because I looked into iodine like 15 years ago. I discussed it with my internist, and we started researching it together. He goes, boy, I don't know, because everything is everywhere. It's on all sides of the spectrum. So all ends of the spectrum with the iodine, whether it can be an improvement or bad. But I do know that Dr. Barry and Nisha and so many of y'all take it and are seeing improvements. I'm a little bit worried right now. All right, Mr. Ryan, no coffee. I knew it. Still do some seasoning, and here and there, and once or twice a year, I have something outside of my norm. usually sugar-free frozen yogurt. But I was very strict for my first 4 years. See, and I love you. And you are one of those people. It's like you're a pillar. Okay, you are a pillar of strength. We know it, but and I love that. And I do look to you for strength. But many of us, we don't have that iron willpower. We don't have it. I would love to have it, you know, as I'm sure most other, because it's frustrating to not be able to control, you know, the cravings or even stay strict, super strict for too long. I don't know. Just some people can do that. You, Mr. Shaun White, the amazing Shaun White. We all know his story. And if you don't, check him out. Intentional Carnivore, Shaun White. But yeah, he's another one. It's like, damn, you did it. He did it in a year. Thinking, I've been going on this for 3 years. I haven't lost all my weight, but I haven't gained it back either. Not in a year. So to me, that's the biggest victory for me. That's my non-scale victory. It's not the clothes. It's not my jewelry fitting better or even me feeling better and less depressed. Is I haven't went back. Never in my life have I done that. So there is a lot to be said about that, folks. A lot to be said. Mama Bear. Mama Bear, you're amazing. Wish you could meet my son, severely disabled, cognitively and physically. Loves his meat and pushes away anything sweet. Good for him. Yeah, well, see, he knows. So is he really that disabled? If you think about it, I mean, we don't know what's going on in his head. Or maybe you do. I'm not a doctor. Look, I'm not a doctor. I have very little medical experience. I was an EMT, state certified at one time. This was 30 years ago, my gosh. And I became a CNA as well. So I know a little bit of the medical terminology. And I do know, you know, physically, and maybe he can't express what he's saying, but he knows. So he's smart. He's a very smart young man. Yeah, good for him. That really makes me happy. That does. And thank you, Miss Mama Bear Lynette. And I look forward to meeting you. Now, I'm curious. I know you're going to be there at Keto Palooza. Now, is he going to be in a room? Are you bringing him with you? And then you and your husband watch him? Or do you have like family members that he'll stay with? Because I would love to meet him. I don't know if maybe he'll push me away too because I'm too sweet. I crack myself up. I'm kidding. Oh man. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's go down a little bit. Okay. Trucker Bear. Let me see. There it is. Gained 4 pounds walking, upping my fat intake, butter coffee. I know I need more fat. You gained 4 pounds walking. Over the course of you started with us July 1st, so upping your fat. How about the dairy? Let's talk about that dairy because that stalled me out for a million years. I mean, seriously, I was eating so much cheese, and if you used to see my coffee, I probably used 1/8 of a cup of heavy cream per cup. And I'd have 4 or 5 cups a day. You know, that's a lot. Not to mention all that extra lactose and just whatever else is in it. But that would be my question for you. Are you eating dairy? Because that'll stall you in a second. It'll keep you on track. It's great for maintenance. Absolutely. Eat your cheese. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know. The flamboyant grandma. Love you, Queen Cassie. Okay. I need a crown. Where I'm surviving a full-time summer of grandkids and their snacks. Yes. I try to keep it to fruit, but occasionally let them have a box of Little Debbie's. Oh my gosh. All right. I hate Little Debbie's. There's a whole sad story about that. We won't go into that today, but Little Debbie's, yeah, she's a real bee. Here's something to try. If you have not seen my recipe, I think this would work really well for the grands. Not that you can feed it to them all the time, but they can certainly play around with different ingredients. But try the chicky cakes. or people make chicken nuggets. I've made them into nuggets as well. And what I like best about my recipe is, maybe I'm a bit of a snob. You can call me a snob. That's cool. I don't use canned chicken. Okay. I'll use canned tuna because I don't have that resource. It's hard to find fresh tuna. It's hard to find fresh fish. In spite of what you all think. Remember, I worked in a butcher shop, so I know. I worked there for 5 years. I know the quality of food, and I can assure you, what you think is fresh, unless you are coastal, it is not. Weeks old. Anyway, so yeah, try the chicky cakes into nuggets, and add the cheese, make some good dipping sauces for them. But I use the chicken thighs. I braise my chicken thighs because I don't want that stuff coming from a can. I like to cook as clean and as whole as I possibly can. Mind you, who knows really what's in that chicken? I know they're putting carrageenan in it. My gosh. And organic is really, really hard to, it's hard to find, and it's expensive. True organic, because I don't even trust the GMO or organic labels, certified organic. I don't trust the FDA at all. Okay. I will be happy to lead you there, Ryan, because I know you would be an advocate. But the fact that this guy is a political scientist, it really has me a little bit nervous. I'm not kidding. So if our YouTube channel goes down or anything like that, you guys make sure you go to our Buy Me a Coffee page or somewhere, or at least write down our email, because we'll have to go to another platform. But I do believe that those things are happening. Carnivore. People are waking up. They realize, hey, I'm reversing disease. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I've never felt this good, even as a teenager. I hear that time and time again. And it's catching on. Maybe not like wildfire, but it is catching on like a fire. We just need to throw some gasoline on it and just shut them up. Following Jesus. Looked him up because I like to stalk people. Well, right? I mean, you got to know a little bit about who you're debating. Oh. Cassie, please take 400 milligrams or micrograms of magnesium milligrams with your dinner. It totally eliminated my hot flashes. Okay, so there seems to be a little bit with the magnesium. I know there's magnesium citrate and there's different names, so I really don't know, and that's kind of where it's unknown for me. Same with the iodine. There's Lugol's and then there's just iodine. Honestly, I don't know the difference because I've not bothered to do the research on it. There's probably why I haven't decided to take them. But when I looked up the black cohosh, I'm like, oh, okay, it can improve thyroid function too. So we shall see. All right, I'm going to do this again. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Miss Marnie. Marnie would like everybody to hit the thumbs up button. So if you have a moment, I would appreciate that. So we can spread this word about a food addiction. I think that's going to be our platform here, food addiction. Yep. All right, let's see. Marnie's out listening and walking. She says, Cassie, you're doing awesome with this. I've been listening and walking, but my phone is almost dead, so I'm going offline. Bye and goodbye. Bye and goodbye, Miss Marnie Mac. Love you. Thank you so much. That really gave me a little boost because this was very nerve-wracking for me. There we go. That's what we're talking about. I know there are shills out there. Just don't let him live rent-free in your mind. And that's a big problem with me. Big one. I let people in and I stress out over it. And I know that's no good. And I've been trying to find ways to deal with my stress. As far as letting people bother me, I don't know. I know you can't have, everybody can't like you and they can't always agree with you. But I'm like, why? Why not? I'll do anything for you. I'll go to the ends of the earth. Now, don't get me wrong. I can come off as a little harsh at times, Don't tick me off, but I don't know. Don't let them live rent free. I've heard that so many times. Sometimes if you let them and you can't kick them out, Thank you, Carrie. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I know there's shills out there too, and I really believe this guy was one. All of his stuff was private, with the exception of who he's married to, and he did make one of his posts public from a few years ago. I'm like, okay, well, I know where you live. Not that I'm going to stalk him or anything like that. But okay. Boom. Michellein. Hello, Michelle, and thank you for commenting. Michelle has to say, 2 years in and finally realized dairy makes my osteoarthritis act up. Still learning what causes inflammation, right? It's a learning process. I think we're going to be learning all of our lives. And I do think that we're going to have to change things up from time to time. Like it's pretty obvious. Like people call it food aversion, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is just me in my opinion. But there was a time that Larry and I, we didn't have chicken for a very long time. And then we did our fast. Larry did 14 days. I did 9. Again, I'll never do that again. I don't know why I did. I just wanted to see 199. And it's like as soon as I got off it, I shot right back up to over 200. I had a lot of cheese. I had a lot of food that I probably shouldn't have ate. But yeah, it's a learning process. It's a conditioning process. But yeah, we're gonna learn every day. But anyway, I'm sorry, I kind of got off track. But yeah, we did that fast. And I made some chicken noodle soup because I thought the extra protein would be really important. Lo and behold, it had to have been 3-4 months since we had chicken. We ate it all of the time. And I believe it's because our body needed the extra protein. Same with eggs. We're eating so many eggs. I went months without having eggs, and now I'm eating it all the time. I think it's something that my body craves. That's why we'll get cravings maybe. Our body's smart. When it is lacking, it knows what source you got the most nutrition from what food. And I think that has a lot to do with it. So we have to listen to our bodies a little bit more and not so much what is trending. Not to say I will never start a sardine fast or BBBE, even though BBBE, I highly recommend it because for me, for this girl right here, it wasn't until I did BBBE where I finally started to get things under control. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. I don't think it's something you should do all of the time. I honestly believe you need chicken. You need omega-3 fatty acids. You need things like that. So, yeah, we don't need cheese. We want cheese. And, maybe you can say you need it occasionally because sometimes a steak just doesn't cut it. And you want to make like maybe a quiche with cheese and ham or something along those lines. But, yes, it definitely does cause inflammation. And I know for a fact, and I've not put it into practice yet, but I do know that if I were to cut it out, it would more than likely, my weight loss would exponentially start dropping quicker. But, it's not just about the weight loss again, folks. I am getting healthier and I'm learning and I'm training myself. You've heard the adage so many times. You got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run, right? I mean, there's so much truth to that. So, I don't know. I don't know, folks. Let me see. Do we have any questions? We have Talia from the beautiful state of Hawaii. I would love to visit there one day. I think whenever I visit someplace, I always try to find a way and I fall in love with it. I'm like, boy, I could move here. I could work here. I could find a job, find a house or whatever. I always do that. And I know that would be me. I know I can move to Hawaii. One moment. He's outside. You want to say hi to everybody? No? Okay, little Larry doesn't want to say hi. He's got to go to work. Okay, there we go. Non-scale victory. Let's see what we got going on. Janina. says, my non-scale victory this week at a routine doctor's appointment, and my blood pressure was 92/58. I'm not a medical expert, honey. I don't know if we have any doctors or nurses in here. I guess if your doctor said it was okay, I just look at those numbers. I'm like, is that 58? Is that a little low? 120/80. It should be around 70 or 80. I guess it's fine. Everybody's different, right? Like people have different heartbeats, right? Their heart rate is a little bit different, and depending on your level of activity. But so I'm going to say congratulations because you put an exclamation point behind it, and I guess that's a good thing. So cheers to you. All right. Gary Gill. Hello. Morning. Walking here in Florida is a chore in summer. Thank goodness I have a dog that I have to walk with. She keeps me going, and she keeps you safe. Absolutely. Those dogs, they love to walk. And they love to walk you. All right, Mr. Ryan, what you got? Biggest thing for me was changing my mindset about food, that it was the hardest thing. That was the hardest thing for me the first few years, yeah. I think you're right about that. I mean, I still do look to it for comfort in some ways. That's why, I've created recipes like the chicky cakes or the piggy poppers, It's just something a little bit different. It's crunchy. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that on occasion. Just me. If you can handle it. If it's not going to kick your butt into an avalanche. Mrs. Moon, good morning. Mrs. Moon has to say, I think variety helps considerably. Example, 2-day egg fast or sardine fast. You can stay on carnivore this way and lose weight. Absolutely. It's just all about trying new things and finding what works best for you. Maybe I'm just being narcissistic with this one, but it's true. I mean, I can see myself in the camera, and I'm like, wow, I don't even look like the same person anymore. Your face has changed. Every time I think you, I think, man, I didn't read all that. She's beautiful. Thank you. Remember, there's makeup involved and good lighting. No, I could not have been a Ruby star. I was just looking at the face comment. I didn't read it all. Anyway, thank you. My face is definitely starting to slim down, and along with everywhere else. I got to tell you though, taking my measurements. So I did it March, April, and now July. I took them the day before yesterday, and I'm losing inches almost everywhere else. But for me, my problem area is my midsection. And I know a lot of that has to do with cortisol. I'm quite certain of it. And I do stress out on things pretty easily. Everything has to be not perfect, but certain things need to be in place. Or anyway, I do tend to stress more than I should. And I believe that is, why my midsection is not losing. It is. I mean, I've lost 1 inch around my belly. And everywhere else I'm losing inches. But that's my biggest problem, and it always will be. My legs are pretty skinny. My arms, I'm working on it. But yeah, my midsection, and that's a work in progress for sure. Mama Need More says, great cup of coffee with y'all, but I got to run. Keep up the good work. Keep up the pep talks. We need them. You and Larry are inspiring to me and others. Mama, you have a most wonderful rest of your day and have an awesome week. Much love to you. Let's see. Y'all are talking to each other. Oh, I got a super chat. Flamboyant Grandma. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm 15 minutes behind here, folks. I'm going to try and catch up. It took a lifetime to get buried in bad diet. It's going to take more than a day or even a year to dig out from under it. Absolutely. And that's one thing that I say all the time. It took a lifetime to get this sick, and it's going to take a lifetime to reverse that. Illness and sickness and even injury caused by bad diet, you know, it's going to take time. And I think some people don't, especially when they're new to the carnivore diet, they don't exactly understand that. They just think that they're going to lose 50 pounds in the first 2 weeks and everything's going to be hunky-dory. No, it's a process. You got to put in the work. The diet will do the work, but you have to put in the work. And I thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You're amazing. And yeah, you're absolutely right. And thank you for highlighting this because it's true. It's so true. It is not always the best thing. Once you hit that realization, you know, because I was under the assumption our first major inspiration was Laura and Chris Bath. And I thought, okay, well, they did it. Surely we can do it. I think it took her a little over a year, right? It doesn't exactly work that way. Not for everybody. And that's why she has, I don't know, she has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I think, because, you know, she did it. She put in the work. But coming from a lifetime of yo-yo dieting, and then when she found carnivore, she caught her stride. Where for some of us, you know, we're going to finish the race. So we're all in the race, and it's not about who gets there first. It's about just doing it. Just keep taking one step in front of the other, one stride in front of the other, and that's all we can do. Oh, Fetus's mom. Yes, I actually have a recipe. It's not a recipe, but tutorial, if you will, on how to make those. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, so be on the lookout for that. I started editing it yesterday, and it'll probably be a 3 or 4 minute video just explaining how quick it is to do, what you do, and how long to cook it for. So, but yeah, they're really good. I've made them like 3 times already, and I thought, okay, yeah, let's try that. It's something a little bit different. Oops. Mama Bear Lynette. My son can't be at Keto Palooza. I'm divorced and he will be with his dad at that time. My son is not able to travel. I really would have loved to have given him a hug. I would have, but I understand. I understand. Little Debbie is a bee. She is. Oh my gosh, she really is. I couldn't tell you how many of these pounds started with her. And as I got older, I then I realized that stuff was no longer satisfying to me. So, you know, I opted for scratch baking or going to actual bakeries, not a grocery store that has a bakery where they send them cakes and all they have to do is frost it, you know. Then I started to get really picky, and then, even then, that wasn't enough. So yeah, I hate Little Debbie. Hate her. Trucker Bear. I'm on Rumble a lot now. And you know what? We are going to, I'd like to get something going for there because their rules are a little looser. There are some controversial topics that we can't speak on. I certainly don't want to be deplatformed because then I have no way to communicate with y'all other than Instagram and, well, a 90-second reel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm trying to get better, more proficient with Instagram. I'm going to make that my little project, but because I'm not very good at it. But Rumble is a consideration, and because there is a little more freedom of speech on there, and they're less likely to strike you for saying something. Like Larry put out a video months ago where he tried cheese again for the first time. And he had a part where he was spitting it out into the trash can, but he put the censor sticker over his mouth so nobody saw him actually spitting it out. They flagged him for that because of the word censored. So you have to be very careful on YouTube, and you have to play by their rules, or they'll deplatform you, they'll demonetize you. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, maybe we'll be on Rumble. Oh, come here, little Rosie. Would you guys like to see Rosie? Come here, baby. Oh, I know my little baby. Here she is. There's little Miss Rosie. Say hi. She is the sweetest little girl. Um, I would really like to be a very adventurous person and go on hikes regularly and go camping and just go see things and be very active. And I could see this little girl. Yes, I could see her going on a boat or a kayak with me. I really want her to be my adventure kitty. Yeah, she's. Would you like to say something? She really is sweet. I absolutely adore this little girl. She is so much fun, and she's so much healthier than her brothers. So much healthier. Yep. Okay, let's see what else. I'm going to catch up a little bit, so I am sorry. Here is one of my favorite people, Miss Westland Bobbitt, and I know that you're going to be at Keto Palooza, and I am so looking forward to meeting you because you are awesome and we love you. So good morning. Good morning to you. And yeah, it's so good to see you here. So good. You're awesome. April Showers. Hello, hello. Okay. Hinda sound. Is anyone dealing with saggy skin? Of course. Of course. I think the older that we are, our skin is less elastic. And it doesn't snap back as easily. And yeah, so I'm definitely dealing with saggy skin. And other than maybe something peeking through a shirt, like my arms or something like that, I'm not trying to sound mean, you'll never see it. There are some things that you can unsee, and I just rather not my saggy whatever. I'm not even going to give you a body part to imagine. Let's just go with my arms. My saggy arms, I don't want that to be an image that you see, and that's what clothes are for. And yeah, I mean, we know it's unpleasant. Okay, some people have reversed it, or hold on. I don't think anybody has really ever reversed it. Now I know they can make it a little better, but it's an unfortunate consequence. Okay, we let ourselves get so big. And for some of us, for so long, here I am 50 years old, my skin's not going to bounce back like it did when I was in my 20s or 30s. So it's an issue. But they do make clothing, okay? You can cover it up. Maybe not so much in the summer, the tank tops. It's a little unsettling, but you know what? I don't care with my arms. I mean, I do. So I am a little conscious about it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you about that. I am a little self-conscious about it, but you know what? It is what it is. We have to deal with it. And if you can cover it up, great. There is some great, like Under Armour. It's good for support. And I know there are some ladies products out there, but if that honestly kept me for so long, kept me away from dieting. I'm not kidding, because I was worried about the saggy skin. And now I'm thinking, why? Why did you even, who's going to see you naked other than the doctor, on the operating table? And yeah, they'll probably make fun of me, whatever, it is what it is. I don't care. But yeah, all I can say is, don't worry about that saggy skin, because, are you ready to go? Would you like to leave? Bye, baby. I'm sure she'll be back. But, yeah, if that's the biggest concern that you have, it's a non-issue. It's a non-issue. It sucks. Nobody wants to deal with it, okay? But anybody who's 100+ pounds overweight, or, even maybe 50, you're really going to deal with that. And if you're older, especially. So we just got to deal with it, okay, Mama? Okay. If y'all don't mind, and if you have a moment, por favor. Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie. Janine. Okay. Let me go down a little bit. Here we go. Cindy Hunter. Hey, Miss Cindy says, weight comes off from the head down. If healing realize that our individual organs may also be overweight, absolutely. For instance, being on a CPAP machine because the tongue is fat and constricts air. You're absolutely right about that. And there's a lot to be said about fat on the organs. Now, you see a lot of these slim people out there, and you're like, we would wish that, we could be like them, and they have this amazing metabolism, and they never gain weight, and they are seemingly healthy, but inside, their organs are a mess. So they've got fat on their organs, and it's really not good. So, yeah, it's the weight, the fat loss. There's a lot to be said about that. Yeah, I saw the little Rosie, isn't she? Good morning, Amy. Good morning, good morning. I hope you're well. Okay. Michelle has to say, confirmation. You're having a conversation amongst yourselves. Here we go. Big Brother Chew, what's up? He said, I am almost a year in my carnivore lifestyle doing BBBE this month. Congratulations. Are you walking as well? Have you happened to join our walking challenge too? And also, y'all, don't forget, we are having a weight loss portion of that at the end of the month. We collectively, as a community, we have lost 16,500 and some odd pounds or something along those lines. So we're just trying to get to a total of 20,000 pounds. So we need an additional 3,000 pounds. And yeah, so if you're doing amazing, then if you're doing the walking challenge and you're losing weight, definitely you'll see we put out a weigh-in video at the end of the month, and you can put in your weight loss in there. If you already know about it, my apologies. But yeah. Amber, did you name her Rosie to pay homage to the Golden Girls? Well, the Golden Girls are my favorite ladies, with the exception of the ladies from Steel Magnolias. And no, her name, actually my daughter gave her a name because I just guess she had a Rosie disposition until she hissed. But she, no, and the name stuck. She told me, go ahead and rename her. I said, no, I like that because I like to often refer to Rosie the Riveter as, she's like a superhero. Rosie the Riveter kept the country going. She sure did. So it's still very fitting. And Rose, and yeah, I dig that show. She's my favorite. Rose from here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, Tirza. Molto bella. Tons of skin here. That just gets way worse every time I yo-yo. I actually started embracing the arms a bit. I have been wearing tank tops this summer, something I haven't done since I was 13 years old. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. You don't want people to look at that crepey skin and the sagging skin. You don't want it. But I think, much like everything else, we are conditioning ourselves, and you just have to learn to be okay with things. It can't always be perfect, and it's not always going to be perfect. The carnivore diet, there's nothing perfect about it. As far as, the benefits and whatnot, I mean, it can still be a struggle. If it were perfect, we'd all, it would be great. We'd never have an issue. Everybody would eat their meat, get healthy, lose weight, all of the above. And, it doesn't exactly work out that way, but for most of us, it's awesome. And yeah, don't worry about that. But like I said, there are some areas of my body you're not going to ever see, because I just don't want you to. I don't think it's necessary. I'll show you weights. I'll show you the scale, and I will show you my clothing and how well my clothing is fitting. And you can obviously see my skin. I've got loose skin on my neck too. I can't avoid that. Not without surgery. And this girl does not want to go under the knife ever. Ever. And that's something I struggle with too. But I don't want to go under the knife again for anything. April showers. Hi. Trying to do the BBBE, I don't get hungry till late in the evening. Yeah, that was something, and I think, again, here we go, back to training and conditioning. That's just something that we kind of fall into. I don't know if it's a good habit. It depends on your level of activity. I think nutrition is really important, especially now that we've been working out, and not to mention, at least if it's summer where you are, we sweat out a lot of, we do an awful lot of sweating, or maybe you're not one to sweat at all. Me, this Italian girl, I can sweat. So, yeah, just keep going, Miss April, and I really look forward to learning of your results by the end of the month. Okay. Gail. Good morning, Miss Gail. Gail says, Cassie, I'm 67 now. Saggy skin is going to happen even if large amounts of weight loss are not the cause. Embrace it. There we go. There's some wisdom. So whether, you had to lose weight or not, yeah, I've seen elderly women, and I'm not calling you elderly because I think that's like 80 and beyond. And for those who are 80 and beyond, forgive me. You got a lot of life left in you, mama. You are still very young. But yeah, that's something we have to deal with, ladies and gents. It's more likely for it to happen with a lady. Let's be honest. But it's just something that we got to work around and embrace it. You can't fight it unless you want to get surgery, and who wants to deal with that? Who has the money for that? And any of that. There we go. April showers. No more surgery for me either. You're doggone right. You're doggone right about that. I have a hernia because I've had abdominal surgery twice within a year's time. They repaired it once, and then it started going again. And I did see a surgeon for it, and I was a little concerned about all the lawsuits from the mesh. And I had explained my concern with that with him, and he told me, you can live with it. You can live with it the rest of your life. There are some complications, like if it is strangulation, if your stomach goes out of the hole and out of the tear, and it cannot go back in, then, that could be really serious, and that's life-saving surgery. But he said, no, you certainly can live your life this way, and it'll be fine. So I've been dealing with it, and that will be my next surgery, and more than likely, I hope it never comes to it. It would be life-saving surgery, or if it's really causing me problems. I get pain in it from time to time, but, I'd really rather not. I'd rather not go under the knife. Okay, let's see. Well, hello, Cindy. Autophagy is a fundamental process in your body which your cells maintain optimal health and balance by performing their own removal of cellular waste. Indeed. I'm sorry, there's the comment. I have to move this up. It's being blocked. Which repairs, damages, and restores cell. Yes. And when I was live with Dr. Chafee, I wanted to ask him about, because I know that fasting gives you can be in you can achieve autophagy while fasting. And I also know that exercise can put your body, can give you autophagy as well. And I wanted to ask him, is there a certain level? I mean, I know we're all individually different in some ways. So it might only take me 45 minutes of exercise, where it may take somebody else an hour of exercise to reach autophagy, and how long it lasts. So the next time I have an opportunity, I will ask him that question for sure. Big Brother Chew. My endocrinologist suggested surgery, but I'm not going to go down that road. So I must have missed your comment earlier. Let me see if I can go back. If I see something. Yeah. To have your thyroid removed, that would be my guess. Or maybe something to do with, are you diabetic? I really don't know. So maybe if you could explain that one a little bit to me. But yeah, I mean, there are other procedures I probably should be having. So y'all know I had cancer, and I've not had a colonoscopy in about 5 years. I don't want to go under again. I know that the anesthesia, it's not good. It stays in your cells and in your organs for a very long time. And I don't know what kind of ill reaction my body will have 5 years down the road if you keep going under. So, yeah, I don't know. But there are other procedures that I need to have done. And I'm just going to say no. I'm going to say no. And I'm just going to keep saying no. The hernia. Yeah, Adrian. It's not exactly fun, you know, especially now that I'm losing the inflammation, I think, you know, because I've been at near this weight within 10 pounds or so for quite some time. But the inflammation is going down and the exercise has a lot to do with it. But the hernia is much more, it sticks out a lot more. And it's not pleasant now. I know I could wear a girdle. And he does suggest that for support. And I have on occasion. You know, sometimes when it's a little loose, it doesn't exactly feel great. But anyway. Okay. This is what we're going to say. Okay. By the way, I did reverse my diabetes. Okay, but I'm still heavy. Lost significant weight. 2021, I was at 372. I'm now at 304. So congratulations to you. That's 70-pound weight loss. You know, that's got to feel good. It's got to feel good. No, you're not done. You're not done. You still got some work. You got your work cut out for you. But so, yeah, did you have issues with your thyroid as well? But, well, y'all, I have been on for roughly 2 hours, which is really cool. I really appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. And you really put my my nerves at ease a little bit, because I was so nervous. I thought, oh boy, I'm going to trip up over my words. We don't have the editor. So I just, you know, I didn't want to look dumb in front of y'all. And because I don't know a lot as far as the medical aspect of it. I don't know a lot of that. I just know what's working for me. I don't need to know how the meat is going to break down on a cellular level. I just know for me, it works. I don't need to know that. But anyway, and that's what I was worried about. You know, you all wanted a little more, something based on the medical side of it, or, you know, that's not me. I'm not that girl. I'm here to support you and cheer you on. And I've got a little education for you every now and then, and things that I've learned along the way, I'll definitely pass on to you. I'll pass along to you. But, you know, I'm not super organized, and I am not exactly the best person to look up to, because I have fallen so many times. But I thank you all. Thank you for keeping me accountable and getting us, Larry and me, to this point. I really do thank you all so much. And words just cannot express how grateful I am for all of you. And I don't know you, but I feel so many of you are family, and I can feel the love. It's palpable. It really is. And I look forward to meeting as many of you throughout the years, because I'm telling you, I'm not going anywhere. Not anytime soon. And the only way that'll happen is if the grid shuts down. Then we're all on our own. Then we're all in trouble. We'll be raising our own chickens then. At least we'll be eating healthier. But yeah, so just a few more things before I let you all go. So Tuesday nights, we're going to try for trivia. Thursdays, every other Thursday. So it will be this Thursday. So my ladies in the walking group, I will put a post out in ladies group, and let's meet up for another walk, because that was amazing. And Friday, hopefully all things go well, I will be meeting up with, now it won't be live. I'm pretty sure we're just going to do a little walking, talking, and shoot some videos. But if you're familiar with Miss Serena from Carnivore Revolution, I'm going to be meeting her. We're about 3 hours apart from each other, but we're going to meet halfway. And we found a beautiful trail that we're going to walk along and just get to know each other a little bit. And I don't know if she'll be filming, I'll be filming. I don't know. Maybe we'll even go live. I doubt it. Don't quote me on anything because I may make a million plans and sometimes they change. But yeah, I want to say thank you all so much. I really appreciate you. And yeah, thank you, Kimmy. This was a lot of fun. I look forward to it. And who knows? I mean, we can come up with other subjects. And if y'all have anything, oh, I'm sorry. I'll go back and read these comments. There I go again, getting distracted. Welcome to my first live. But yeah, if you have any subjects that you would like to discuss, I think next week I am going to have a special guest on. So it's not going to be all about me. I would like to highlight some people who are on the journey and they are making some great strides. And I had somebody already agreed to it, but I'm not going to say whom because things happen, life happens, and we shall see. But yeah, so this is an exciting installment of our Carnivore Quest and Tuesday night trivia. And we're just going to have some really great content coming up because we're making some really great strides and there's more learning to be done and we can report that back to you. And when y'all learn something, you report it back to us. That's what community and family does, right? So folks, again, thank you so much. This was so much fun. This really was a lot of fun and I cannot wait until next week. So until next time, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. And I love you all so much. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Have a great day.